Tonight, I didn't want to go out to a bar. There was a time when I could not even walk past a nightclub door with alcohol as a crutch. If you ever needed a drink to go out and just feel social and fun, watch this video until the end. This is for you. Look, you have to learn to enjoy yourself in the club environment. And dude, you might be thinking, well, I don't like that kind of shit. I don't like the club. It seems terrible. It's very loud, it's dark, there's light in my face, there's assholes everywhere. You have to understand, none of us here are cut from a different cloth. None of us as an instructor were cut from a different cloth. We all have to struggle with this stuff at the beginning. We had to re-engineer our belief system. Look, I remember when I first started out, just walking up like in front of the door, hearing the music inside, lying up and just hearing this loudness and be like, fuck, I can't believe I have to do this shit. I have to go in there, talk to these people, act like I'm a fool myself. This is terrible. Nowadays, I walk like in any of those major clubs, like Live in Miami, Excess, fucking Vegas, big mega club, huge, that would have typically terrified me. I walk in there and it's funny. My friend took some picture last time of me, just like in line, and I'm walking into those clubs like if it's like a kid waiting in line for Space Mountain or something. It's like, yeah, Space Mountain. It's Disneyland except with like boobs Disneyland. And we have a lot of little exercise for this. One of them on Bootcamp is Jeff made this up, we call it the toilet paper Miyagi. And we had like this guy, he was in Europe, and he was just like, again, derping around, very serious expression, sad face. And every time I turn around, we would be able to like puff him up a little bit, and then we go walk with another like student, and it'd be sad face. And Jeff is like telling him like, I can't do this, Jeff. He's like, fuck you. You need to go in the bathroom, man. Look in the mirror and really look at yourself and think about what you've done. Do it for 5 minutes. And when you come back, break toilet paper, a lot of it. So finally 5 minutes goes and he's staring himself for 5 minutes in the mirror, and he comes back and Jeff wrapped his face with toilet paper like if it was like a ninja, Karate Kid, Master Miyagi. LOL. He was a little bit Japanese, so that was like fitting right in. But anyway, like I said, we are like the instructor or flying around in the club. And it's like the student is like holding for his dear life. It's like a branch, like dangling, right? He's dangling above some crevice and some shit, and we like, let go, man. Just fucking let go. And he's like, no. If I let go, I'm going to fall to my terrible, boring death. And we're like, no, you can't fly like us. He's like, fuck no. We like, he's trying to stomp his hand and shit. He's like, no, right? And we finally like pry his finger off one after the other. But the thing is, we can't force him to let it go, right? He has to take that leap of faith. Much like in Indiana Jones, like a great movie that I used to watch when I was a kid, like the quest of the Holy Grail, where he has to walk across the final leap of faith, or more like Neo in the Matrix, whatever, where he leaps up the building. So you gotta believe. But then finally, I can always tell finally the guys let's go. And then he falls a little bit and he's like, wow, they were right, I can fly too, wheel, right? And he started having a good time, and then he started really owning this shit, really. Yes, Brice, you have $1 million mouth. You can talk forever. It's awesome. How did you develop that? And I'm just kind of like, champagne? No, I'm kidding. I actually used to be very shy and introvert. And again, I wasn't like this. I used to be the kind of person where I would be in my little social circle, very comfortable and very high on weed. I was never a leader of the center of attention. For me, talking to a girl I was attracted was impossible. I first didn't know what to do, and then if things would go okay, I would never take any risk. I did this my entire life. Get social with alcohol and never try anything with a girl I just met. Dude, it was so bad that the first 2 girls actually picked me. I never done anything, any move. Then the third one, I remember it was in south of France. She was German, and I was the only fucker like speaking German back then. But anyway, over time again, I learned how to change that. Again, look, you have to understand, when you're talking about making changes, your identity, you're not really even talking about making change to your personality. I think in many ways that's not even possible. You know what? You're grown up, at least past a certain age, I guess. But I mean, you can alter the way that you respond to situation and the way you behave in social situation. And it's not going to change. Like, I hear so many guys say shit like this. Brice, this is just not me. This is like what you're doing is not me. And they think that doing the thing that would be required to actually get girl would somehow mean fundamentally let go of their identity. And the thing is, even if your identity sucks, you still don't want to let go of it, because that's you. It feels like death. Even if you know that the behavior are actually disempowering. For example, again, I do shit like that. I tell bitches obnoxious shit. Then I say, oh, I'm sorry, my French. There's a lot of guys that think that's hilarious. And they'll be like, you're awesome, Brice. And so it's let go even of that. Even though it's massively counterintuitive, part of my new behavior, how to let it go, because it's a new identity every time you build up. But you might be thinking, I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm just a quiet guy. I just don't speak up in this situation. This is just not me. The thing is, your identity is fluid. It's a slow-moving fluid. A very slow-moving fluid everywhere. But in fact, you have to keep applying pressure to it. And the interesting thing is you can adapt different characteristics. And I mean, dude, it doesn't change who you are. Ultimately, you're still the same guy, but you get a more imperial set of characteristics. So I'll get in a second, but for example, how did I learn it? By putting high pressure situation repeatedly over and over and over again. The point of the matter is, again, putting yourself in a situation when there's a big things for guys, they're afraid to go up or on the set because you uncover to be the center of attention. So you throw yourself in those situations where you're the center all of a sudden of the whole world, and over and over and over and over. I also took some improv comedy workshop at some point, and all those things contributed to make me better able to form my thought on the fly to a degree without losing ever my train of thought. But when I took improv class, I fucking sucked. Gosh, during improv, you're on the spot. And one thing that improv taught me, the most important things that improv taught me, and this is transfer over to game as well, was this. If you're on stage and it's your turn to respond, even if you can think of the awesome and funny things to say, it's more important than you just say something, right? Since my English is sometimes limited, I would make shit up and people on stage would laugh so hard with me that would keep the skip alive. And then hopefully they'll say something. Then next, and okay, so I can use that. So you just keep things alive. So again, if you're in set and if you are with a girl and you can think of awesome fucking things to say, hilarious, just say something. Keep an open mind. Again, what are the 5 things? What I say is valid because it comes from me. They're going to finding interesting, not because of the content, because they are curious. Number 3, lower the bar for how good it has to be. Number 4, again, don't think ahead. Stay in the moment. And number 5, it's not what you say, it's the energy behind. Now, having all that said, I'm going to sign off. It's getting cold here, and I don't want to get sick for the next bootcamp. We're going in New Orleans. I don't want to miss that. So until next time, check out our schedule. Peace.